How's everybody doing today? Be careful out there. It's Halloween, and you have to be very, very careful. Um, I think I showed my spider last time. Anyway, I've got a little story I want to tell you. Now, Chinese ghosts are called hungry ghosts. Let me finish. Ghosts come back because they don't have what they need in the afterlife. Once I'm gone, I'm gone. Whether it be food or money. Now, what's a ghost going to do with money? Or food for that matter? You're a ghost. You can't hold or put this stuff in your mouth and swallow it and be satisfied. Ghosts look for energy to survive and live. Did you know that? And they can take it from you, your outlets, whatever. Chinese also believe that when a person suffers a violent death, they must do a seance to put these spirits to rest. Spirits around your home will use your energy source, so you have to know what is real or imaginary. Some people with their own negativity will cause a lot of poltergeist things in their home and everything. So negativity can bring on the paranormal. Also, it is believed that it can. Running water also produce spirits, they say. Some cases have been known to say ghosts may move with you and watch garage sales because ghosts sometimes can be attached to things. It smells so good. I can't get enough. It's not any other laundry detergent I've ever smelled before. So honestly, people are gonna be asking on the streets, what perfume is that? What's I was saying running water can also produce spirits. They say some cases have been known to say ghosts may also move with you and watch garage sales because of attachment. Ghosts being attached to certain things in their real life. Also in the afterlife. Let me tell you a story about a house. Something happened in this house. So it is said that a long time ago, back in the 1600s, a farm that had been breeding pigs, such as for a business, caught fire, killing all the pigs, thousands of pigs, and the husband and wife who went in to rescue some of them. Because of no means of escaping, so there is a well-known home where these two spirits hang out. As for the pigs, thank goodness they did not come back because there was a lot of them. Ha ha. So a exorcism was done on the home, Now remember the info about food and money. It was put into the exorcism as an offering to the spirit, two spirits. The hungry spirits, all spirits actually love incense. It was also used in hopes it would satisfy the hungry spirits. Speaking of hungry, I'm hungry. Things can move through your things can move through you to make it hard for you to breathe. So a priest was brought in, and there was a lot of praying and such, and the house began to shake violently. The second phase was to bring an offering to the gravesite of the two people who used to own that land. You want to get me to do that? This all takes place around the home and its land. The rooms, all of the rooms, all 100 of them in this home. You have to bless all four corners of the 10 rooms, and pray and then pray lights flicker, because this will show that you have some control of the spirits. You're taking the energy back. Excuse me. You're taking the energy back from them. So it shows, like I said, you're taking control of the two spirits that are dwelling in this house, fighting spirits. Well, after the exorcism, the people who live there now was told you have to move at move after 3 months. The two spirits may come back, even though it's quiet for about 3 4 months. Put on your front door a sense of peace. Put on the home. And it says you have to put on your door a symbol of viewing, which must be put on the front door. So a sense of peace may be put on the home. The family moved out. They did not wait the months out. I wouldn't. As they were leaving, they saw a few spirits at the windows. How do you like that? Don't mean to change the subject, but I'm going to change the subjects. My personal opinion, what I have to say about the war is mourn the dead and fight like hell. We should do a ceasefire, but I don't think any of these countries are interested in doing it. I really don't. So the worst form of justice, I just want you to know, the worst form of justice is pretend justice. And there's plenty of that out there. There are also violent scammers out there in parking lots. Uh, and they're all at retail stores. Do not give or watch them play. If you want to watch them play, you watch their hand motions, you'll see it's fake. So they should be thrown out of store lots. I think it's still out there, but this happened about a year ago. guests sneak in this Halloween. Now, there's also gas scammers. They go to the gas islands and they beg for gas from other people. Getting gas. Senator Kennedy once said, if Adam and Eve were from Louisiana, their new names would be Binmar and Boudreaux. Binmar and Boudreaux. Boudreaux. Say that 10 times fast. And they would have thrown out the apple. Now get this. And eaten the snake. Now this past Sunday, we broke down on our van. And we were in the worst intersection there could be. And there was a left turn and a right turn. Obviously, we were in a left turn. And we had our flashes on. And people just came upon us and kept blowing their horns, blowing their horns. I had to get out of the car, if I'm not exaggerating, at least 10 times and tell them, go around. What do you think flashes are for? I think those people are the ones that didn't have their go for their license. It was just given to them. And by me saying that, we have a lot of work to do in this world to bring back sanity. We do. And don't forget common sense. Geez, I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking. I see 30.00. I'm like, oh, half hour didn't go by yet. No, it's on the left, stupid. It's 13.15. Another thing that annoys the heck out of me is too many cell phones and people recording fights, racist rants from Karens. All people are doing is recording, recording. Be careful. They may come for you. Who is you? The peoples who can do no wrong, but they do anyway. People do not help other people in trouble. They just film them. It's not like it used to be. Oh, and please, stop putting casinos on the computer. Get tired of them. So, I don't know what that noise is. I keep making that noise every so often. Oh, you got to check out a program called Power Slap. I was looking at it. It's pretty cool. Uh, I myself can't imagine getting slapped like that, but it's worth watching. Power Slap. I think Dana White runs this. That guy Dana White. This program should like it. There's a movie out that you might want to check online. It's called The Family. Thou shalt not disobey. You might want to check that out. I'm going to tonight anyway.
Could an item, if given enough energy, devotion, and focus, begin to take on a life of its own?
Listen to this.
Could it begin to exhibit human-like characteristics, as if it has been imbued with, or contains some kind of soul or entity inside of it? This act of magic has been practiced by multiple religions and cults throughout the ages. This is just one very strange example that it could indeed be possible. After a gracious gift was placed into the arms of a little girl, tragedy would strike, and what follows would continue to haunt the family, the citizens of the village, and would soon cross far beyond the barriers of land and sea. This is the untold story of Akiku, the haunted Japanese doll, and the bizarre paranormal force that possessed it. Japan. The fastest way to increase the length
Come on.
of manhood.
God, goddamn shit. Gotta curse. Hate to tell you what that was about.
Of your tool and make it stronger and harder is to go to. Japan is a very mystical and spiritual place. A place where the souls of the past seem to interact with the living. Such places where this spiritual energy seems to be most visible is throughout many of Japan's spiritual temples. Home to many religions, the two main ones being Buddhism and Shintoism. Thousands of temples exist all over the country, but one in particular houses a spiritual artifact that has a tragic backstory and an even more terrifying story that continues to be written to this day. Located in Hokkaido, Japan, at the
Ooh, you gotta
Meninji
look at this doll.
is a doll with a bizarre and tragic backstory indeed. Although there are several origin stories of how the doll came to be and how the temple became its final living space, so to speak, all of them have most of the main details in common. Therefore, I'll be telling the most agreed upon origin story to try and be as true to the legend as I can. The year is 1918 in Hokkaido, Japan, and a 17-year-old boy by the name of Ikiki Suzuki, is in search of a gift for his little sister's birthday. As he pursues the different vendors and small shops, something soon catches his attention. In one of the store windows, he spots a small, childlike doll wearing a traditional Japanese kimono. Knowing that he had
Kimono.
finally found something his sister will love, Ikiki quickly purchases the doll and makes his
Well,
way
this
back
story is
home
about a little
in the
boy
countryside. As the
that
family
went to get a birthday
celebrates their
present for
little
his
girl's
sister,
birthday, Okiku is presented with the doll,
and he's
and
presented
almost
with a doll.
immediately, as soon as her eyes meet hers, she falls in love with him. The two
So, as the little girl looked at the doll with her eyes, she fell in love with the
right
doll.
by her side.
And they say the doll fell in love with her.
Bathes her,
And that will bring
caresses her,
on
and
who
treats
knows
her
what.
as if she was her little sister. The two even share meals and sleep side by side. The joy that the doll brought Akiku must have filled Ekiki's heart with such happiness. But soon that happiness would change to tragedy. One hot day, as the little girl played outside with her doll,
So
she was
something happened to
bitten
this
by a
little girl.
mosquito. This benign insect bite would soon manifest itself into a horrible case of malaria. Although the family did
Now,
everything
this
they
little
could
girl is
possibly
outside
do,
with this doll, and
Okiku
she
would
got
pass
bit by
away,
a couple of
scared,
mosquitoes, and she got
gasping for
malaria.
air as she clutched her special doll, all the way until the moment she took her last breath.
And this
Devastated,
girl,
the
little girl,
Suzukis
clutched
planned to
this
have their
doll
little girl buried
until
in
she
the
took
doll
her
since
last
she loved
breath.
it so
So
much.
the malaria
But
killed her.
unfortunately, due to either governmental or religious oversight at the time, this wasn't an option. Instead, after they had laid Akiku to rest, the doll would be placed on a small family shrine located within the living quarters.
So they placed the doll in a shrine in their living room.
Their late daughter and their love for her. But shortly after the doll was placed on the shrine, very strange things began to happen.
So strange things began to happen when they put this doll in the shrine.
Noticed that the doll's hair seemed significantly longer than what it
And the
had
doll's
been
hair
when
seemed
it was placed in.
significantly
The
longer,
hair,
like the
which was
deceased
originally
little girl.
shoulder's length on the doll itself, and black, was now overgrown, with differing shades of brown hair also coming through.
So the hair actually was brown, but shades of black. Actually, it was black. It turned black, and there were shades of brown
and unsure of what else to do,
in it.
they trimmed the doll's hair.
So they trimmed the
As the
doll's
days
hair because
came
it
and
kept
went,
getting longer and
the
longer.
family began to have
It shouldn't
distressing
be.
dreams at night of their departed Okiku. Sometimes she would be scared and alone in the darkness, calling out to them, only being recognized by her voice. Other times,
So
she
now
would
this little
claim
girl
that they
came
would
back
be
from the
happy with
dead,
her.
and she
Each
would
member
be
of the
calling her
family had
parents and
differing
her
times
sisters,
had these
brothers, whatever it
dreams,
be,
and
or
they
that
would
little
soon
boy that
lead
got
all
this
of them
doll
to
for her.
believe
And
Okiku's soul wasn't peacefully resting.
she's calling
These
around in the
disturbing
darkness, and
dreams
they hear this,
became
and
all the stranger
there's nobody there.
when the doll, which they
Just
began
that
to
little girl.
refer to as Akiku in their daughter's honor, would
So
appear
they
by
named
their
this doll
bedsides
Kiku in the daughter's
all
honor,
these
the one that
nightmares.
passed away
One
from the
such
malaria.
incident involved the father of the family waking up in a cold sweat, only to be met face to face
Oh.
with a blank,
So
lifeless
the
stare
father
of the
got
doll.
woke up one stormy
Unsure of what
night
was
in
taking
sweats,
place,
and he
the
walked through the
Suzukis
hallway
turned
of
to their fate.
the home,
After
and there was the
contacting a
doll
local
standing there
Buddhist
looking at him.
priest and having a cleansing ritual be
She
performed
didn't
on
look too
their
happy.
home and the doll, the activity seemed to grow and become stronger, accompanying their ever-frequent nightmares.
So with
And
this
random
doll, the
movements of
activity
the
got
doll.
stronger
The chilling events
because they're
grew
trying
into
to get rid of it,
full-blown spiritual
put it to
manifestations.
rest.
During their waking life, they soon began to hear banging noises all throughout the house, and the whispers of a little girl.
Banging
Strange,
noises and whispers of a
disembodied
little girl
voices,
in the
varying
house
from
were being
high-pitched,
heard.
like those of a child, to the low groans of something unexplainable, began to be heard. Their life. would flicker on and off, and the paranormal activity seemed to happen more frequently as the
So a
calendar
lot of things
ticked
are going
closer
on in the
to
house,
the birth
flickering of
and
lights,
death
slamming of
dates
doors.
of Akiku. These strange and
So I
terrifying
think it's that little
happenings would
girl.
continue over the course of the next 20
Poor thing.
years, with multiple religious priests and shamans being contacted, and all coming to the same conclusion that after the cleansings failed time and time again,
So
the
they brought
restless spirit of
priests to the
Akiku
house.
now inhabited the doll
Shaman, they
she
call them.
once loved so
And the
much.
cleansings didn't work.
Finally, needing a major change and unable to deal with the ever-intensifying spiritual presence that seemed to haunt their home, the Suzukis relocated to a different district,
So now they moved to a different
believing the
district,
doll
these
to be the
people.
source of their various ailments and emotional torture that they had endured over the last 2 decades. They had no desire to take it with them. The family had
So
reached
they
the
left the doll at the
conclusion that if
house.
their daughter's soul wasn't at
Big thing to
peace,
do.
what could perhaps be helping to fuel Okiku's power or magic was the close proximity of her grave to their home, where the doll resided. So in order to distance the
The
doll from
girl,
the
that was
grave,
funny that the girl,
the family
all of a sudden
approached
they
the
found that
Meninji
the girl's
Buddhist temple
grave, their daughter's
in
grave,
Hokkaido, and over the
resided very
years,
close
the
to their
doll's
home.
reputation for being haunted had spread
And they found the
throughout the
doll there.
community, and indeed the majority of the country. This was more than likely due to the various interactions between the spiritual community and the Suzuki family. Finding the doll to be mesmerizing and possibly a unique
So this doll is
opportunity
mesmerizing,
to
and anybody
and
that looked at
interact
this
with the
doll
dead
was
and the
mesmerized, and the
stories
doll
were
took
true.
an attachment
The
to them.
leaders and priests of the Meninji temple
So,
agreed to home Okiku permanently. As with many legends, we find lots of details to be exaggerated over time.
so as time goes on, too, you can find that things may be exaggerated with this story. Who knows? You had to be there. So that's the end of this video. Um, got any comments? Uh, you want to subscribe? Please subscribe. Say that 10 times. And trick or treat. Smell my feet. I won't finish the rest. I've said this before. Um, so just go out there, enjoy moms, dads, kids, and be safe. And pick up a lot of loot. Candy, that is. Bye-bye. Peace.